am I to pretend? It's just a work in progress. A new idea, an old building tore down to make room for more bullshit. It's a chemical compound called life, and that's all it is, folks. Close the curtains, turn on the TV, watch the Cookie Monster in 3D. You can see me in the tampered with stop frame, working the night shift when the night splits and the knife splits what you think is whole. Too much comfort, not enough consideration, obliteration of my meditation and rehabilitation. I cast it all away, passed it all today, one word past the next in a race against myself. Mark this section as a promise to overcome all that threatens us. I trust the hands with no blood stained or hard cross my hands as a determinate countermeasure. A work in progress is all that I propose I am.
I am the side of the world, and this world's mother and grandsire. I am he who awards to each the fruit of his action. I make all things clean. I am old.
We stand on the brink of this pure thought, meticulous nature of man, ridiculous. Between the fuss and the huddle, the winning game plan strategy gets amplified by tragedy. We'd rather be one falling exposed film strip negative than one not proof positive print. And so I shelve the memory of everlasting love turned future contempt, toned in the exempt zone, upper middle lower universal struggle against those ghosts that we forge, not little black boxes as the fox sits patiently waiting for the futile wrong turn of the century, everlasting memories of a non-revolution, because the Busta Rhymes fans were too suburban for the fatigues. I should have known that I was out of my league when my own friends began to doubt me, and now without the proper guidance, my heart sits in silence and observes one person at a time walking past, head down. No eye contact, no sound. Poetic reference does no justice to the lack of interaction, and only one faction of hippies embraces all but the patchouli oil tells me not to call for help. Acoustic guitars and the dead movement of past ideas has nothing to offer me, but the sun is coming out, and it's really not that bad. My thoughts transcend out, it's really not that bad. I think she loves me unconditionally, it's really not that bad. I paid my rent on time this month, it's really not that bad. Standing in the hallway, I stand all day, waiting for you to leave class and pass me a note to show that you still care. Flashback memory of a wasted childhood dream. The janitor kicked me out at sundown.
Beautiful, weak, dead flower experiment. Seeks lonesome third party for interactive CD romance. Last chance bargain basement conversation and long walks with wheelchair-ridden paraplegics. Strategic compassion mechanism. Third wheel available for all operations. CBs complete with top 10 new country CDs. Disease-free guaranteed. Virginity certificate omnipotent. Y2 chaos compliant. Certified boring as home appliance. Relying on parental care and medical science. Miracles on 34 streets of desire. I only want to drive before I retire. One dream, one common theme park in a world of supermodel endorsement. Kaleidoscopic vision contortion. Former abortion. 1 foot in the world of cold geriatric care. Home movie rental card and a bag of chips to share. I mean, I'm so much more than a form of future manic depressive. Please call my box. I promise not to tell anyone.
Hush. This channel is not for you. Please turn this channel off now. This is not a satellite channel. It's not a cable channel. Stolen from the halfway marker of life, lost and found. I stand between thoughts and sound, reinforcing my belief system in polyrhythmic enhanced neuroromance. Never another chance to grow germinated. Alleviated my force-fed fanatical perseverance, cause lost in the interference with 2 strikes down. And the wrath of God to you and yours. Premature bursts oblivious to the oxygen box. Strike 3 on the banner board, connected to the database of space and time manipulated and underrated, overrated, incorporated as demonstrated by all of us. And dogs we trust, none of the above options seem to be satisfied. Statistically we choose the b-boy threat stance over left stance. Wander in the prism of possible/impossible dream time, plausible solution to soluble liquid. I see a vision of a tactical renaissance, working their way across the canvas of menopause. I see a better way to move on the balance scale than settling for nothing and working at a value sale. I see nothing but myself in the mirror, and every minute passing makes the reception a little clearer. I stand on the last spot of the sun-spun monogamy, torn between feminist action and misogyny. the same. Whatever you choose is whatever we embrace. I taste truth in aged grace. One word succeeded by the next, flex, perplexion, a perception tainted by faulty reception. It's an infection of sorts, and it starts at square none. None square prepared for anyone to cut these strings. Cut me loose, 7 hours and 23 days is a long time to sit in the half lotus and wait for the sunshine. Another struggle is another man's sharp needle, puncturing his private life and making his heart feeble. I teeter-totter on one side of this broken fence, waiting for these actions to make sense. Nonsense. I teeter-totter on one side of this broken fence, waiting for these actions to pay its penance. Pay attention, ungodly grace is ignored. Score one for the corporate whore. Fear of no success addressed, issues of secondary disservice. Service secrets making me nervous. Anxiety attacks, I open my mouth to my own foot. Should I leave the house? Question, stay put, stagnate. Infiltrate all schools of broken interpreted hate. Broken interpreted fate finds my fatigue solemn, and so I choose to write my own column on page 3. And since age 3 I've had an angel to watch over, but she just passed away and my curse is to remain sober. Taking it all in, observing it one day at a time. Reading the book of life one line by one line, one rhyme by no meter nomadic. I stray through 1,000 capture moments on see-through cellophane. To put up in the house with no name, no games. To put up in love with no shame, no blame. No lame excuses found by playing jazz. I played the trumpet as a symbol for nothing. Put me in front of a mirror and I'll defeat your optimism along with my self-worth, ego and pride-driven ethics. I breathe psalms of rape fire, stricken acquisition of expression, pretension nulling, skull numbing, metaforensics. Put me in front of water and I'll drown your apathetic, pathetic, cosmetic, mindless, timeless, spineless approach to what you consider quote-unquote creative genius. The scientists said we wouldn't make it this far, but for all their calculations, number crunching, and emotion touching pretentiousness, they forgot one thing, and that's free will. My will to breathe. My will to read the signs everywhere. Buy what you believe is God sending your ass to heaven in a handbasket, and I'll still see a hellbent casket with Mother Nature's name on it, coerced by perverts. I grab the mic and spit game on it, pull out my pen and write my name on it, trying to make a claim to fame on it. But the experts say I only put the left side of my brain on it. Said I didn't put my pain on it, and for that all my motivation, truth and answers and time, that I would never be really willing to bet a game on it, and that's true. Cause life is enough of a gamble for me, so I play dice with my soul every time I walk down the street. I'm looking for a sure thing, and instead I got a wife that I couldn't marry. I believe in fate, although sometimes fate doesn't believe in me. Footprints mark my travels forever, never forgotten journeys mark my memory forever, lessons eternally closed. Open books for the world to read, and open worlds for the seeds to grow. But love kills hate, and hate deceives all love's intention. So I destroy both with my own lack of prevention. And if I mention some facts, then I might come off a little conceited, but sometimes people need it to be defeated, to build more things for others to conquer. It's called cyclic innovation, the deception of martyrs. It's rule-switching demonstrations, why bother to live? It's human nature to consume all in its pathway anyway. My own decoding meets me at halfway on every day. Breathe, exhale, inhale the stale stench of yesterday's concern. The burned victims of circumstance yearn for nothing more than a tidal bout with their own demons, and for nothing more than a chance to let everything fall. fate, moving you towards your destiny. While television evangelists try to get the best of me, I'd be better off packing my bags for Tennessee, pulling myself from the cross and start drinking jealousy. Imports, special blended stock market, crashing my front windows of opportunity. Dead fish on the sidewalk, near a barrel blind opened by dynamite. I might eat the fish, but I'm controlled by gamma light. It's too bad your hip-hop history starts with Dr. Octagon, erratic, giving you some ultramag to feed on. Breathe.
Into your mind, 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 into your mind.
Please don't hold my head under the water. Let me breathe, let me breathe. I can read, I can write you a story of greed and deception. Infection would be the title, symbolizing your personality, and all technicalities would be cast aside. I used to laugh inside until you put my head under the water. Now all I can think is slaughter of your daughter, your mother, your feminine figurines. Everything that means something to you is everything that I wanna touch. When you do those things that you do, turn out the lights and let the darkness prevail. We can touch each other's necks and test stamina for life. Just fight a knife. Please don't hold my head under the water. It's simply not right. Can you see what you did to me? I didn't mean to fail a task. God damn it. How was I supposed to know that the clerk was left-handed? Not to mention it didn't even have. Dream is a gender-specific latte with too many lactating mothers of invention. I step in the ring with apprehension as my cause. Get hit with the first punch and then I hear the crowd's applause. It's the laws of non-physical full-contact sports journalism with a spot of hypnotism to balance out the act. I walk on the electrically charged high wire and expect to plummet down the face of the summit at any given moment. But I am not a rapper, I just think a lot. And I'm not a poet, I just ink spots away for the day-to-day to fade into a library of sight and sonic requisite. I didn't need to say it cause it's evident though. Cause I don't represent, I resent for no reason. Switch from the high wire, fall to the trapeze, and eventually make my way to another bronze-colored clown suit. Put on my makeup and my oversized boot skates, riding with these 15 other clowns in an undersized go-kart with Anticon license plates. Somewhat disgustingly funny and weird at the same time. We fight for the attention when the freaks come out. There's Dose the Lobster Boy and Soul the Bearded Lady, a pedestrian walking around selling chips and gravy. I think that maybe one day we'll get to leave the carnival, but for now I ride the elephants for recreation.